Hello, welcome to another Let's Discuss book review type thing. Today I want to talk about City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare, which is the sequel to City of Bones, which I just did a review up and I put it up a couple days ago. I forget. So this is the second book in the series of the Shadowhunter Chronicles, or the Mortal Instruments, and I just read it and I have a bunch of opinions on it and you're gonna hear them. Well, that is if you stay, you don't have to, but I'd like it if you would. Okay. So it's a continuation of the series. I don't know how to say that stuff that's not spoilery, but it's a continuation of the series, and you're gonna have to read it. You're gonna have to read it and come back, and then we can talk about it, and it'll be super cool and awesome, and I'll see you back. Okay, 1, 2, 3, bye. When City of Bones closes, we find out that like Jace and Clary are like brother and sister. And in this book, it was really angering me. Everybody immediately accepted it. And they just started calling them brother and sister, like, oh, Jace is my brother. Oh, Clary's my sister. It's totally cool and we're going to talk about it. Like, we're not even going to question this. I was like, what do you... This can't be... They just roll with it and I'm like, you're just taking Valentine's word for it. And I did not trust it at all. And Mayrus, the Lightwood mother, is really cold towards Jace after she finds out that Jace is Valentine's son. It really bothered me how cold Mayrus was towards Jace after we find out that Jace is Valentine's son, because she's not remembering who Jace is. She's just focusing on the fact who raised him for 10 years, and then she raised him for another like 6 or 7 years. So we meet Max, the youngest Lightwood, and I like how we don't learn too much about him, but I like how Clary is really sweet with him because he reminds her of Simon when they were little, and I really liked that because he had the nerdy little guy with the giant glasses and he looks younger than he is, and I think he's going to be like a really good part in this series, just like have around. Can we talk about Clary and Simon for a second? Because after they find out that Jace and Clary are like siblings supposedly, which I don't believe, Clary and Simon like get together. He's like, oh, I love you, and Clary's like, well, I love you too, and we might as well try this out because I'm gonna give up on Jace. I hated the relationship. I was barfing the whole way through because I knew they weren't meant to be. Clary, we all know that you love Jace, and you know that you love Jace, and you can't drown these feelings for him in Simon, who is your best friend, not your lover. Stop yourself. We meet Maya Roberts, the werewolf, and in the Hunter's Moon, and she has kind of like a dark, mysterious past that I'm really intrigued with, like this crazy boyfriend who reminds her of Jace that turned her. And I'm really interested to see where that's going because she's clearly going to be an important part of the series if she's introduced now. And then of course Jace is into the Hunter's Moon, getting himself into trouble with werewolves and almost getting himself killed because he's a weirdo. All these deaths are happening with the Downworlders. There was a fairy slaughtered, a warlock slaughtered, a vampire slaughtered, and then a werewolf just after the Hunter's Moon scene gets slaughtered in the alley. And everyone's wondering like, what is this for? What is Valentine up to? Why is this happening? Blah, 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 blah. Then we meet the Inquisitor, and oh my god, I hated her. She reminded me a lot like Umbridge because she just had this consuming hate for Jace. And she was just like calm and level-headed the whole time. She was just like hating him, and I was like, I want you to die. I can't stand you right now. You were just the devil incarnate. She was so cold and hateful, and I was like, I am ready for you to die. You need to get out and stop it. And then because they find out Jace is Valentine's son, she just locks him up because she has such this hatred for Valentine for like taking her son Stephen away from him, and then he ended up dying, and it's a whole clusterfuck of weird things. And they lock Jace in Silent City, and I was like, he hasn't done anything wrong at this point except for just be a cocky son of a bitch, but other than that. In the Silent City, we have the death of the Silent Brothers and the demons and Valentine there, and I was so creeped out because I didn't know Silent Brothers could die. I just thought these were all immortal beings that were just, you know, weird and like ancient shadow hunters. I didn't know they could die, much less be slaughtered by like a demon. And Alec and Izzy and Clary and I think Was Simon there? I forget. No, Simon wasn't there. They all go in to save him, which leads us to going to the Seelie court, meeting the Seelie Queen, which she's off-putting to me. I don't know. She made Jace and Clary kiss because that's all Clary and like wanted, and she did it in front of like Alec and Izzy and Simon, and it was just, oh. And then she tells them that they both have gifts, and we assume that Jace, because he's like a really good shadow hunter, that's his gift. But at this point, we're not too sure what Clary's is. And I'm thinking, there's got to be something with this rune business. She's got to, yeah, it's got to be the rune business. After they kiss, Simon is being a jealous little freak, and I'm like, stop, Simon. I'm done. I'm fed up with you right now. Just go away, Simon. And then he did go away, and then he got turned into a freaking vampire. Did not expect that whatsoever, and I was freaking out. I was like, what's going on? Is he dead? Is he dying? What is going on? And then Clary's shocked and like fainting because it's her best friend Simon. And though, you know, Raphael's trying to explain things, and they're always like, oh yeah, this is how it happened, and we're gonna go bury him, and then he's gonna be a little fledgling or something. And then of course Clary thinks she knows better than everybody and almost gets herself killed when Simon like crawls out of the depths of whatever. I like Simon as a vampire. I didn't really expect him to be part of the story if he was just gonna stay a mundane. Like, I didn't think he was gonna be that. But now that he's a vampire, like, it totally makes all the vampire jokes and puns killed me throughout the book. I was on a plane back from Cuba for my like winter vacation, and I was trying not to laugh out loud. How can we be together? You'll be drinking a Virgin Bloody Mary and I'll be drinking the blood of a virgin. Oh my god, I was laughing so hard. I loved all the jokes and play on words they made about Simon becoming a vampire. It was so funny. After they rescue Jace from the Silent City, they go and bring him to Magnus's place, or just to hang out with Magnus for a while. And I love Magnus and Alec's growing relationship because Alec is so awkward about himself being gay because he's not sure of everything, and his parents don't know and nobody knows, and Magnus is just like guiding him on their like path to their relationship, and I thought it was so great. Okay, and then Clary's ability to make and create runes and like strengthen them comes into play, and they make the Fearless rune, and then Alec goes and tells everybody that he's in a relationship with Magnus or whatever, and it was so funny. And Jace is really upset. He's just so confused about everything that's happening with his bloodline and how everybody's treating him now that they find out that he's his son. And I just wanted to wrap him up in a blanket and tell him that it's gonna be okay, because he's just lashing out, and I just I'm ready for this bloodline thing, sibling thing to be cleared up, because I know that's not what's happening. Jace finds his way to Valentine's ship, and he's all confused, which the ship I pictured for some reason as like the Flying Dutchman's ship from SpongeBob. They lock up Jace again, and then he jumps 30 feet into the air to like escape, and then he jumps off the Institute building. Simon and Maya, they got kidnapped, and I was so freaked out because I was like, what's happening? Simon, he can't get kidnapped, he can't go into daylight, he'll like burst into flames. What's happening? Then Jace, Luke, and Clary go to rescue him, and Maya, because she got captured, and we're thinking, well, they're gonna be the next sacrifices for his weird thing to create the mortal sword, make it go bad. And then meanwhile, the Inquisitor is getting schooled for being too tough on Jace. So I was like, yeah, Inquisitor, freaking Imogen, yeah, that's right. You don't know what's going on. This is what's going on. You need to stop. Claire gets taken away by some like weird flying demon, and everybody bursts in to come help save them. You know, Alec and Izzy and like Maris and the Inquisitor. The Inquisitor's like redeeming moment for me is when she she sacrificed herself for Jace because she realized that what she was doing was wrong. Right before she dies, she asks Jace about this birthmark that he has or whatever, and I was like, that's gotta lead to something. That's gotta be a big deal. Yeah. Simon and Maya are locked up and they're like about to die and I'm so scared for them. And then Valentine takes Simon and like slits his everything and all his blood drains out. I'm like, no, Simon, you can't die. You just became a vampire. I'm not ready for you to leave. Jace finds him and he's like still like got a pulse, or like not a pulse because he's a vampire, but he's still like alive, deadly alive. I don't know. He lets Simon drink from him and I was like, what? Jace is gonna die now because like Simon's gonna like, all his blood is gone. Now he's gonna go take Jace's blood and everything's all creepy. To save them, Claire like does the opening run and explodes the entire ship. And I was like, okay, didn't see that coming. And then they're outside and then it's daylight coming and Simon is about to die again because he's a vampire and he's like, and there's nowhere for him to hide. And then he's fine. What? The epilogue. Clary is finally ready to say, oh, I think I'm ready to be with you, Jace, because it was stupid that I was like, no, we can't be together because it's gross, because it's obviously not true. And then Clary is just getting ready to say that she's ready to be with Jace, and then Jace says, no, you're right, I'll leave you alone and I'll never like look at you or talk to you again. This needs resolution, and reads resolution freaking now. And then Simon, he's like, puts off Clary, he's like, no, we should just stay friends. And she's all alone in her own little bubble because she got rid of Jace and then she got rid of Simon. Then Madeline comes in and she's like, you know what, don't worry, I got your back, I know how to save Jocelyn. And then it just ends and I was like, what? I'm gonna assume Jocelyn comes back in the next book. If this sibling thing doesn't get solved in the next book, someone's gonna get hurt because I need this dealt with. Thank you for watching. Share your thoughts down below and I'll see you next time with my next one. Probably gonna be the City of Glass, no doubt. Okay, bye. Follow me out. I know what to do. And I'm just like, just listen to me. I gotta shut